Welcome to this week's edition of UTRGV TV. I'm Danielle Rodriguez. UTRGV TV starts right now. Starting the newscast with our top story, the dreamers of the Rio Grande Valley find themselves without a dream.
To a regular person, Paula Gonzalez seems like an average student, but for America, she's an illegal immigrant.
My parents, they were born in Mexico. Me too, myself. And all I ever known was this country since I was a baby. So I feel like this is my country.
As a student, she felt protected with the DACA program, but with the president's executive plans, she may fear the worst.
It will affect us in the way that we will lose our jobs, and that income that we get from our jobs, we can't, provide for ourselves. DACA program gives us the opportunity to work and live here, legally and feel safe, we have that sense of security where we have a job thanks to DACA, and the income that that's provided to us by working, we make a living out of it. Every day, that's what we depend on. So if it's something that will be taken away, it's kind of scary to think you could lose your job, you could lose everything.
The bilingual Mexican-American studies students and staff gathered together for a meeting to talk about creating a center for UTRGV.
This Dream Center would not only be a source for resources for undocumented students, but for students who might be of mixed status families who are afraid to come out. We have first-generation students graduating every single year in the RGV, undocumented students graduating every year in the RGV as well. And providing this center, we're able to provide these resources that are needed. We're able to guide them to either a location in the Rio Grande Valley where they can have the resource, or give it to them right there directly instead of jumping through so many obstacles and offices.
Nearly 800,000 dreamers say they could be deported without DACA. Many of them state also that they are here to stay and won't stop fighting for their right to be in America. In Brownsville for UTRGV TV, I'm Danielle Rodriguez.
A psychology professor and students are focused on serving mental health care for the Rio Grande Valley. Our reporter Ileana Luna has more.
Dr. Alfonso Mercado and students are on a mission to improve mental health care in the RGV. Mercado will devote his research specifically to Latinos and immigrant groups.
My research right now, I'm focusing on Latino mental health. I have two projects right now. One of them looks at a clinical intervention, right? It's known as dialectical behavioral therapy. It's empirically supported treatment protocol, and I specifically am looking at DBT with Latinos.
Both his graduate and undergrad students are learning the basics of dialectical behavior therapy and giving their time to a respite center.
My undergraduate students right now are helping the local respite center. They're just volunteering their time right now. They're also looking at what kind of research is out there pertaining to trauma and resiliency with immigrant groups in the United States. My graduate students are helping me out with the DBT program in the community, and also help with the data collection with the pre- and post-test measures too.
UTRGV will initiate a doctoral program in clinical psychology that is still being analyzed.
We're excited to have, hopefully in the future, this new PhD in clinical psychology with a Latino mental health focus.
For UTRGV TV in Edinburgh, this is Ileana Luna.
Here's Daniel Galvan with a look back at the week in UTRGV athletics.
Hey, did you just fart? Because you blew me away. Hey guys, actually first, can we do something about the... Perfect. Okay, well guys, it's 2017. Donald Trump is our president. The Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. The Bachelor is still a thing. And I think this is literally just our last year as people. Like, on earth. Like we're done. We really peaked the past few years. We had Game of Thrones. We had a couple cool Kendrick albums, the Quesarito. I'm kind of concerned for sure. So how should one deal with said concern, you may ask? Well, first I tried Google. Google did not help. So on to number 2, which is distracting oneself with sports. So here's this week's sportscast. Starting with UTRGV basketball. They played at home against the Chicago State Cougars, hashtag Jennifer Aniston. Here's the beautiful band. They are bad and bougie. Now, the team started things off slow, which would be great in a school zone, not so much on the court, but they battled back. And a big reason why was because of freshman Leslie Varner Jr. He's number 11, and he came into the game with UTRGV down 11-3. He lit it up with high energy and great playmaking. And when Varner was on the court, check this, UTRGV outscored Chicago State by 15 points, 66-51. He had 14 points of himself, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals. Those numbers earned him WAC Player of the Week honors. Congratulations, Leslie. He's the second freshman at UTRGV to win the award, the other being Xavier McDaniel Jr. Now, UTRGV closed the first half off with a smooth last-second putback from Mike Hoffman. Mike Hoffman is like Ed Sheeran, but cool. You know who else is cool? Tupelo's Antonio Green. He's number 55. He moves up and down the court like water, whether he's running or using his gluteus maximus per usual. Antonio Green was money from the three-point line, making 7 threes. 7 times 3, that's 384. He was making it rain from behind the arc like a Russian shower. Green continues to lead the nation in three-pointers made with 93. Altogether in the game, he put up 26 points. He was crucial as the game went into overtime, putting up 7 points himself as UTRGV outscored Chicago State 15-7 in OT. They won the game 85-77. The team is now 10-12. UTRGV got the win on Saturday. And you know who didn't win on Saturday? UT Austin. They lost to Kansas. What's up, Longhorns? You don't want none of this. This is absolutely special because it is time to welcome back a Sportscast Hall of Famer, a volleyball champion, just a great leader of people. Barbara Krug, she's in the Amazon rainforest on location. Barbara, how are you doing?
Hey, Dan. It's been lovely. There have been 0 goat attacks, 0 restaurants, no Panda Express, no Whataburger, no nothing, but it's a great place to meditate.
That is delightful. Now, I do have to ask you, there is something above you. What is that exactly?
Oh, that's a kinkajou. It's a rainforest animal. It's also called honey bear. It's part of the raccoon family. It also does its work late in the day, and it actually hangs out by itself, like you.
Well, it's been great to have you on. An absolute pleasure, Barbara. I guess last thing I'll ask you is the background behind you has not changed. I'm not a scientist. I believe trees move. Are you actually in the Amazon rainforest?
No, I'm right next to you.
So,
What's up?
thanks to Barbara for the interview. Moving on to the women's basketball team. They were also in action over the weekend. They traveled to the luscious state of Illinois to battle Chicago State as well. And UTRGV ended up winning 57-46. It was a great team effort, but just to highlight the 3 top scorers, you had Shantae Goff. She had 18 points, making 7 total field goals, and Goff was absolutely resilient. She played the entire game, all 40 minutes. Hilder Carton's daughter had 13 points to go with 8 boards as she was effective from the free throw line, making 7 of her 8 attempts there. And then you had Mary Savoy. Okay, when Draymond Green studies the game, he studies Mary Savoy. Savoy pieced together her 4th double-double of the season, putting up 10 points and grabbing 12 rebounds. Now, UTRGV stands at 13-8. They're 3-2 in the WAC conference, and that puts them 3rd in the standings at the moment. But they will look to climb up those standings as they begin a home stretch starting on Thursday. Come watch them play at the Fieldhouse at 7 o'clock Central. They will take on Utah Valley. But that just about does it. Wait, hold on. 1 second. We have to break the sportscast as U.S. Press Secretary Sean Spicer has some news.
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period. Why you always lying?
All right, guys, that does it for this week's Sportscast. Reporting for UTRGV TV, I'm Daniel Gavon, and I wish I had enough confidence to enter through a Walmart exit door.
This week, Texas State Technical College brought the lowrider community together to talk about the importance of being a Chicano in the United States.
Start at home, get your feet wet, but do not give up on knowledge and education. That's the most important thing that we have. We can go to prison, they can take our freedom, they can take our families, but our education and our knowledge will never be taken away.
Organizations such as the Lowrider Council, Boss Entertainment, and other charity-based organizations attended the conference to discuss Hispanic Pride. Welcoming a new segment to UTRGV TV where we get a closer look at campus activities. This is Chayo Ramiro.
Not only is jiu-jitsu a state of art, but also for self-defense, leading jiu-jitsu to be used for many reasons.
Today we're here at the UREG because I wanted to try jiu-jitsu for the first time. I mean, physical activities isn't my strong suit, but hey, don't knock it till you try it.
Beginning to slowly doubt myself, but I can't forget my preparation techniques. Things weren't really going in my favor, but hey, at least I was having fun.
Come on, Ramiro. How are you feeling?
I am feeling pretty good, pretty tired. I came in here feeling intimidated, scared, but I'm catching myself laughing being in a grapple hold. It's pretty weird.
Are you ready for more?
Yeah, I have to go back in there.
Go back in there, Ramiro. Go, 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 you beast.
For some people, jiu-jitsu could be seen just as a hobby, but it could also help manage your survival skills.
You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes you might find yourself in a violent encounter, whether it's at the grocery store, maybe it could be in the parking lot. And what we want to do is provide as close to realistic training as possible so that people know what to expect if they find themselves in an altercation with another person, as well as how they can neutralize the situation and properly defend themselves so that they can escape and get away safely.
Over time, I slowly mastered the technique and showed my true skill. Being inexperienced, it turned out to be a lot more fun than expected.
Looking for ways to relieve yourself? Stop by the UREG and receive information on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Well, that's all we have for you today, but remember, if you have a story you would like for us to know about, you can contact us through our social media, Twitter or Facebook, or you can send us an email at utrgvtv@gmail.com. We have community news and UTRGV news every week. See you next time.